So today is Monday. I am in Orlando today because I am going to get my COVID test. If you don't know, you must have a COVID test, a negative, proof of a negative COVID test taken less than 72 hours before your flight to Alaska. So to go to Alaska, if I don't want to quarantine, I have to have a negative COVID test. So I found a place here in Orlando that does the nasal swab results. It's supposed to have 24-hour turnaround, or you can rush it if you show up between 9 and noon Monday through Saturday, so you can rush it and get same day results. So I'm here. This is kind of like a weird thing, but I wanted to vlog this for you guys. Like my new steering wheel cover? I'm here. It's sort of like a big tent, and there are different lanes with like numbers above. I'm in lane number 1. So I pulled in over there, and there's a guy standing out there, and he told me to pull up in here. And so now I'm just waiting. The testing facility I'm at right now is run by COVID Testing LLC. You can go to their website, I will link it. They have 2 different types of tests. They have the serology test, which is the blood prick antibody test, and they have the PCR nose swab test. The serology test doesn't really test for if you have the virus now, so I need the PCR nose swab test. The blood prick test can get results back in as fast as 15 minutes, but the nasal swab test usually takes about 24 hours. They have the 15-minute serology test for $60, or the nasal swab test for $35 fee if you ask for the next day turnaround. If you have health insurance, the nasal swab test is actually covered here. All forms of health insurance are accepted here. If you have the same day PCR test, it is $75 with insurance. Without insurance, the nasal swab test is $115 for next day results and $155 for same day results. But for the same day, the test must be taken between 9 a.m. and 12 p.m. Monday through Saturday, so you can't have this done on Sunday. There are several locations here in Central Florida. I'm at the one in Orlando just because it's the most convenient for me, but I wanted to show you guys what this testing actually looked like. So I was given a clipboard with a survey to fill out, lots of information they need from me. I have paid already, so now I am just waiting for somebody to come and administer my test. You need like one of those drive-in tables or something, you know?
Because the people that work right here. Because they are forced working here.
Why is everybody waiting? What are they waiting for?
They're waiting for ID and insurance card.
Ah, okay.
You two are gonna post you over there.
Okay.
Yes, because we're waiting for your ID.
Okay.
Okay, hold on.
Better?
Yes. Now you're supposed to go park over there.
Park over there. Okay. So that was a tiny little swab. Did not hurt at all. A little bit discomfort, but you know, that happens when somebody's sticking something up your nose. This operation is really kind of confusing because there are cones all over the parking lot, and the operation to actually get the test done is fantastic. It's a little bit slow. I was only here maybe 20-25 minutes. Not so bad. But now I'm waiting for my ID, my driver's license back, and they have all these cars waiting, and there's no method to the madness, and it's just crazy and wild and so confusing, and this isn't really set up well for this part, but it's okay. It's okay. But now you got to see me get my COVID test. I'll pick you guys up tomorrow when I'm on my way to the airport to fly to Alaska. You can kind of sort of see me. We are at the airport. Mom got up with me really early this morning. It is just now 5:08. My cat woke me up at 2:55 this morning.
The cat got her up, I didn't get her up.
The cat wanted attention and love and affection, and she's kind of got a little cold right now, so of course I woke up and I just spent some time loving on her. But we are now at the airport. Mom was gonna drop me off this morning. Thank you, Mom.
You're welcome. I'm excited for you. This is tremendous that you get to go back.
I'm really excited about this trip. There's so much to do. There's a lot on the to-do list, on the agenda, that I'm excited about it, and I have a return ticket, so I know when I'm coming home. So
It won't won't be boring.
No, it won't be boring. It's gonna be a whole lot of fun. So I'm inside the airport now, dropped off my checked luggage, and there's like nobody here. I have pre-check, and something really, really cool happened to me when I was checking my bags. The lady waived my baggage fees, so I didn't have to pay anything. So I'm gonna go into pre-check. Looks like we're about to start the boarding process, and there's not a ton of people here, so probably won't be a full flight. I'm on the plane. So far I'm all alone. It appears we have stopped boarding, and I'm still alone, and there's nobody in that row back there or the row behind me. Lots and lots of room on this flight, and I may actually stretch out. That could be fun. And here we go. We are beginning our descent into Seattle. We should be landing in about half an hour. But you can really tell that the landscape is changing. Lots and lots of mountains. And the fog here is insane. This from far away looks like a glacier, but it's not. It's fog. It's crazy. And it's so dense. So I made it to Seattle, and I found a place to sit down and camp out for a while because I have about a 4-hour layover, and I'm gonna camp out at the Stonehouse Cafe because they have some beer on the menu and some breakfast sandwiches. So, I wanted to talk to you guys about my COVID test. I never gave you the update. I got my COVID test results last night. They were emailed to me at like 10:30. I was worried they weren't gonna come, but I got them. So I've got them in my email. I'm gonna hang on to them because I will have to like prove that I had the COVID test when I arrive in Alaska. Okie dokie, so I have my beer and I'm trying the local Pyramid Hefeweizen, and it is very good. Not at all hoppy or bitter like some of the other Hefeweizens I've had. And this just came. I ordered the beef dip sandwich, and it's on here. It's expensive, but it smells so good. I could drink just this. So if y'all know me, you know I don't like potatoes, but that beef dip was so perfect. The bread was soft and there was a ton of beef. Could use a little more mayo, but there was a little bit of horseradish on there and it was perfect. Down, down, down we go into the clouds. Look how pretty the fall colors are. Dust on the mountains. Adam taught me that that term means the very first dusting of snow. That is turning So that was tedious and painful, but I'm about to go find some friends. So I'm sure that this background looks familiar to a few of you. I am back in Alaska. I'm at Adam and Sherry's house. We landed, I got off the plane, and then when you get off the plane, what I didn't realize is that they want you to have already filed your negative COVID test with the Alaska website, because I was not provided with that information until I landed here in Anchorage. The website is like Safe Travels or alaska.covidsecureapp.com. So there's a place to, like, you have to create an account, and then there's a place to upload a file of your negative test. So you have to have proof. There was like a really long convoluted line, and a lot of people weren't prepared. Even Alaska residents were not ready for this, and the process took a really long time. It just didn't make a whole lot of sense. They had 2 flights that landed at basically the same time, and so they weren't really prepared. There were a lot of people waiting, you know. It was a line, not a big deal, but it was another line at the airport, which is just kind of inconvenient. And something else I learned during this process was that I'm supposed to get another COVID test since I'm going to be here longer than 2 weeks. So apparently I'm supposed to go back to the airport to get another COVID test, or I guess I can get it anywhere, but the guy basically told me to come back to the airport to get another COVID test between day 7 and day 14, because I have to have another COVID test prove that I'm negative. And I think they want me to enforce strict social distancing guidelines over the next 2 weeks, in addition to 1 negative test once I got here, and then another test after being here for a week. So it's a little confusing. I wish I had been provided with all of that information before I got here. I could have submitted this form when I was waiting on my layover in Seattle, but I didn't know, and there was no place for me to like scan and find the website, so it just kind of, there could have been better planning. Adam and Sherry picked me up at the airport and then brought me home. I am completely unpacked already. We have had dinner. Adam went and picked up sushi at a place that's really close to here, and so we had sushi for dinner, and it's perfect. To me, it is almost midnight, and I've been up since 2:55 a.m. I'm really tired. I think I'm gonna shower before I go to sleep tonight. I'm gonna try to stay up until like 8 or 9. It's almost 8 now. I'm gonna try to stay up till 9, maybe 9:30 if I can. And that's the end of this travel day. So you guys got to see me get a COVID test, and you guys got to see me travel. Traveling right now is really easy, really convenient. I haven't had any issues with like being bumped from flights. They haven't canceled or changed any of my flights, and on every flight I haven't had an issue with overhead bin space. So I've had lots and lots of room for like my overhead bin, and that was, or for my carry-on in the overhead bin. So that's really been nice. And they're still not booking the middle seat in the rows, so right now it's just like aisle and window, and that's really nice because you get a little more elbow room on the plane. Anyway, I'm tired. I'm gonna end this travel day vlog right here, and you guys will see me really soon.